go to the ready room.
Okay.
Or
So,
wherever
like, where...
all the Marines are.
Good. Yep.
I try to unlock my terminal.
Yeah, so Seymour, let's do that.
Fuck,
I was gonna say the
Program or
first thing.
fix?
Matt's really rooting for Seymour here.
Oh my
Depends
God.
on which way you're doing.
I'm trying to just unlock it from the, like, connect it back into the network, so I'm assuming program.
Yeah.
Since I do it before, do I get a modifier? Like, to lock it?
I'll give you a +1.
Intelligence. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Good luck.
Yeah, nice roll, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you've connected yourself back to the internal ship network.
With doing that, I will then remove my signature from the report and post it.
You little fuckwit.
You will post it anonymously?
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
so just
try to hide my tracks.
sure.
Yeah,
Give
so
me another
basically-
program roll to try and hide
Basically
it.
blaming the civilians instead of you directly.
Conniving little son of a bitch.
Ooh.
Obviously, a program roll better than that will detect you. A program roll worse.
Clearly.
Cool. All right.
And then I'll relock the system.
So
Question before we move on, does he have access to the
yeah.
passwords now that he's like unlocked that?
he has access to the passwords to lock and unlock the consoles. Yeah.
Or like any console?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just trying to give this dude as much ammunition as possible.
That's cool.
I love this.
So, Voss, you're walking to the ready room, and the doors open, and as you walk in, you see
Every comm in the room goes off.
Well, no, you see all of the Marines like cradled around a compad, like they're all bundled, huddled together.
Would I have received this?
Yeah, I mean, you probably would have heard the little notification.
I
thing,
probably
like,
didn't even
I
look
don't
at it.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't notice you as you walk in.
Officer on time.
No,
You just stamp your foot.
what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah, we're still getting used to our personalities.
I like
Yeah,
mine
right?
so far.
But I mean, they're cradled around a place to look at something.
They're like
but
in
you
a
don't know
circle,
what.
right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't see what they're looking at.
They're in the huddle.
Yeah, they're kind of huddled looking at something.
50 credits on Vega. I assume
they
they're arm
snap.
wrestling.
Yeah, they snap to attention, and then the shock marine squad leader sergeant turns to you and says, "You seen this, LT?"
Oh, I take back the 50 credits. Seen what?
Check your comm.
Yeah, I check it. It's the
Yeah, it's the information you read previously, but written up in a nicer way, and with some anti-Mars propaganda kind of sprinkled in.
Huh. Well, that little fucker. Oh, would it be reasonable for you to assume it was him?
It's always reasonable to suspect everyone.
Yeah, okay. That little fucker. Alright, I'm not gonna hide it, you've seen it. I think it's true. The rest of the ship will know by now. I need you all to keep a clear head. We need to focus on now and now. Not then, not where Earth is currently doing. I know you all have family there, or some of you have family there. Friends, comrades. But we can't focus on that now. We need to maintain order on the ship.
So,
I want you Marines to. How many like decks are there?
on this ship, there would be.
You still have orders. Take care of the civilians.
Yeah, like 12 decks.
12 decks.
The civilians are confined to quarters.
Yeah.
The shop marines did that. They wouldn't be here if they hadn't done that already.
Shit. Okay. 12 decks.
A lot of those are like engineering levels. Like, there's not a lot of people there.
Split up into teams of 3. Cover the ship. Make sure no one's doing anything they're gonna get. Was I told to confine everyone to their quarters, or was it just civilians?
All civilians.
Assure them that. Tell them what I just told you. It's due. We can't focus on that now. We have a mission. We're all soldiers here. We're all military. Yes, they're navy, but they're military too.
Which is that, sir? And yeah, they turn and break into Team 3. Squad leaders effectively taking control and distributing them where they need to be.
Yeah.
Do you turn and watch them leave, Matt?
Yes.
The drone's there.
I grab it.
Dun dun dun.
Can I roll a
The
lead
drone's
check?
following you the entire time.
Okay. I'm picking up on that now. Can I roll a lead check just to see how well that comes across?
Yeah, for it. Yep, absolutely.
Like, basically assume that I had the drone following you instead of me the entire time.
Yeah. Also, I want to like make some nice propaganda. Seven. Okay.
Hey, it works.
It works. And then I go to the
sweet.
CIC.
The drone's still following you.
So yeah, whilst he's on his way,
Pluck it out of the air and hold it under my like arm.
whilst he's on his way, Dahl and the captain, you've both seen this message. I think you've just finished reading it.
You have no idea.
I told them no, like non-lethal. I specified non-lethal.
Yeah. They assumed. Don't worry.
Okay.
They
Just before
assume
you fuck
most
us with
lethal.
that.
Matt, they assume most lethal will grab the big disintegrator ray.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so what do? Dahl? You've just finished reading this report.
You just see like I don't know. There's like the sound of like the glove of the military uniform like creaking because it's like very tightly holding on to something. And she says, "Captain, it's about time for a speech of something. We have to get ahead of this."
I agree. I think it would come better from you. You're closer to all of them than me. It is more your job.
And says, "This thing blames Mars, I think."
Mars.
There's
They blame Mars.
It hints.
It could also be
Strongly.
blaming Saturn Core for all you know.
Oh god.
Hints strongly.
This is gonna be horrible. I'm gonna blame Mars too.
I'm reader to interpret who to blame.
Right.
Some, hints.
Totally unbiased, biased news piece.
Exactly.
Unbiased, biased news piece. That's a good one.
All the news is there, it's just exaggerated upon.
With a picture of Mars.
No, Mars in the background. There's an
Oh,
asteroid.
an asteroid.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you do, Doc?
Question, is Phobos or Minos missing?
Oh god. This is not going to this is not going to look good, but Dal will nod and she will take the deck on the bridge, and she will open the public comms, and she will say something like, oh god, this is going to be horrible. I want to just jump into it, but it's basically like I'm sure you all see the message that been circulating within the internal systems. This is Commander Dahl speaking. Earth has just been attacked. By people who have sold out their species to set up Pleasantville for themselves. These people have no incentive to surrender. They have no bit of honor left in their bones, because if they did, they wouldn't have done this. You want to go home? You hit them so hard, there's no time to think straight. You show them what happens when they go up against hard-ass grunts with nothing left to lose. We'll make this hurt. We'll make him pay. We'll find who did this, and then we'll go home. We're not fucking around anymore. And then she closes the comms.
Oh yeah, I think make me a lead roll.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Hoorah!
net sixes here.
Well, let's hope.
Nat
let's
one.
see.
Touch wood.
That one.
Modifiers. Do I get a modifier for the message?
No. What you said, like that, it's gonna make the check easier. I'm not gonna give you a modifier when the check is easier than it would be.
Yep.
Can
And
he get a
it's
plus
with
one
charisma.
modifier towards just the Marines?
Ah,
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
no, that's definitely enough. Yeah, like you kind of look around the CIC and try to determine like the effectiveness of your message based on their reactions. And there's a lot of people look scared, but at the same time like resolute, and pissed. If you're looking to fire them up, you fired them up.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
That was a good speech.
Yeah, Voss, you arrive on the CIC like maybe halfway through that.
Standard attention.
Yeah. Once it's finished, you see the Lieutenant Colonel standing by the side of the bridge, watching. She's like just like looking out. She's like looking at the people. Like during the entire speech, she's watching the people in the CIC.
Yeah. Dahl kind of just nods and says, yeah, I did the speech. And she looks around and she looks at, let's see, she looks at Lieutenant Voss and she says, civilians confined to quarters?
They are. Oh, you're
I'm
good.
boss.
Sorry.
Dull is my superior, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Of course,
You
sir.
say that as you're holding my camera.
Yeah. Under my arm, just this like big fucking drone. Yes, sir.
She looks at the camera and she
It zooms in on
she
your
waves
face.
she waves at the camera and you see like her hand just kind of shimmers as it grips the camera and she clenches her fists and you just hear a as something just crucial breaks in the camera.
Sir, that was well, I wish it was me. That seems satisfying.
She shakes her head. She says, fucking cities.
Do we know who caused the leak?
No, not yet. Get the text on it and we'll find it out.
Does Voss think he knows?
Let's find out. Yeah, he knows.
Well, he thinks he knows.
Lieutenant,
He thinks he knows.
Lieutenant Commander, Lieutenant Colonel, she looks at you and says, "And with that look of us, you have a theory."
He sighs. I hate to be that guy, and this isn't my prejudice. This isn't my prejudice against him, but Cross had this information. He showed it to me. Throws over the compad. Oh wait, no, I don't.
don't have the compad.
No, yeah, there's a compad with it on. I foolishly gave it back to him, though he probably had multiple backups.
She says, "He had this information before it went live."
Yes, he showed me when I was assessing his combat capabilities. 5 or so minutes before, or 10 or so.
She looks over her shoulder.
Which is clearly not enough
You
time to
don't.
write this up.
Yeah.
We'll do this proper. We'll interview every civilian who had access to this information. We'll check every compad. We have the time.
I
So-
can take charge if you want, or the lieutenant.
Yeah. Let the Marines handle this. If you find out who did it, though, I want the chance to talk to
I
her.
think I don't think she needs the rest of that. She
Yeah,
knows,
okay.
like she knows exactly what you're saying there, and
So,
she turns to you.
if I may add something, if it does turn out to be Cross, I would request lenience. He is clearly capable. He found this out, as I assume, shortly after you did. It could come in handy. Now, he's not a fighter. He has some potential, but
Oh, okay. So she smiles and she says, "Oh, I'll keep him close."
oh, fuck me, okay. Forget I said anything. Why are Osakers so,
Uh,
you know,
Psycho?
creepy?
Psycho.
I'll inform the captain.
Captain's right there. Wait, is the captain
No,
there?
the captain is
This is the
This is the
Marine.
Corporal.
Commander Kruger.
Yeah, you're the head of the Marines.
Yeah.
Ahead of you.
All right, yeah.
I'm getting
She
there.
she turns to you, Voss, and says, "Lead the investigation. Interview all the civilians personally."
Sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah, she turns and, I mean, she assumes you're gonna leave the CIC and do
Yep.
your
I
job.
just stand there awkwardly staring at her back.
Bye. Have fun with the civilians.
Should I leave? I wasn't dismissed.
How broken is it?
Fucked.
So it couldn't have picked any of that conversation up?
No. Roll me a luck. Roll me luck.
Are we
I
using
mean,
luck?
oh, oh, God.
Yeah, it didn't. Pick
I'm
up-
sorry, I ruined your camera, but I'm sure you can fix
It
it.
didn't pick up anything.
No, it can easily fixed. I just wanted to see if I heard
Oh yeah,
anything.
you can fix it, but yeah, it didn't. It wasn't, fixed enough to pick up any of that conversation. Like
You
you
broke
told it
the main power.
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I think we can kind of skip through a few. Like we can basically skip the interviews until we get to.
No, I want to
See
play out
more
every
of
single
these.
one of them individually.
There are like 36 civilians on board this ship. We're not doing that.
That sounds fun. Let's spend the next 6 hours doing that.
So yeah, we
I
have.
don't can play each of the civilians.
I guess we'll do Seymour's. Do you like a Seymour first? Do you do a couple before Seymour? Like, are you trying to like? Does Voss thinks it's Seymour, but is there
Voss-
like a hope there? Is
Yeah,
he
Voss-
hoping to find someone else before Seymour?
Seymour told him he wouldn't do it. So he
Yeah.
really hopes it's not, because he wants to like him.
Yeah,
Like, he
okay,
wance
cool.
to be able to trust this guy.
So like, do we
um,
see? So I'm
Seymour's
assuming we
dead
see, like-
last.
Yeah, so we see Voss, like, every other option has been exhausted. It literally can't not, like, this is the only other option.
Yeah.
He's been trying so hard for, like,
Yeah.
to give anything else a try. Sure. Okay. How do we
Definitely
do
also
this?
been like asking like leading questions and like
Yeah.
probably not consciously, but like yeah.
Did the text manage to trace where the message was originated from, or did
Do
the
a roll.
text fail?
Let's do a roll.
Oh, I hope this fails.
Succeeds. I'm fine with it because I have an idea for both ways.
Oh yeah, the funny part, I hope they pick too, because that's more hilarious. But yeah.
If they catch me, I have a very good way of getting out of trouble.
So wait,
Oh shit.
no, it was a 12, wasn't it?
No,
7.
that was to send the message.
Ah.
7 was to hide his tracks.
Yeah. So I think like you get through that last interview, and then sorry, they would have sent the new guy.
Yeah,
Whatever his name is.
the
Soldo,
Frenchman.
kind of comes up to you, Voss, and salutes, says, "Sir, I have new information."
Just well, do tell.
The text trace the upload. It came from Simo's terminal.
Yes, of course it did. There's no. Thank you. What's his? What do I call? Like, what's his rank? Like, just specialist?
Specialist.
Thank you, specialist. You go and help the others with No, go do whatever the
So,
fuck you want. Honestly.
Yeah. He Sarah and turns and leaves. Cool. What do we see here?
Is Cross in the room?
He can't go anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so he's sitting at one end of this table. I'm sitting at the other end, and I'm just.
I'm
staring
just
at him.
sitting there with my arms crossed, looking
Yeah.
directly at you,
Also,
like
I'm
no
yeah.
expression at all on my face.
Arms crossed as well, just staring at you, just waiting for you to say something.
I did it.
Yeah, no fucking shit, you did it.
I know. I don't care that you know. I did it for a good reason.
Remember the part of me saying don't do it, and then you said yes, I won't do it.
Yes, I had reasons for that as well.
So you lied to me.
Yes and no. I wanted to see if you would trust me.
Well, that was the plan, and then you immediately broke that trust.
Yes, but in breaking that trust, I did something that brought everyone on this crew to understand what their actual mission is. They know now what their goal is. They know who the enemy is, and they know why they are fighting.
Do you know why we have chain of command?
Yes, to keep lower ranked people out of the know, keep them stupid, keep them dumb. It's not
If you
right.
truly believe that, then you are a far worse reporter than I believe you to be. Chain of command is not about that. It is maintaining order, and maintaining discipline, and maintaining safety.
I
this-
just motioned around the room. You have maintained order and safety, discipline perfectly fine on your own. Doing was aiding you along. I see no problem with what I did.
Because
If anything,
we
I helped
got
you.
lucky. This one time. All it takes is one time for us to not be lucky. Yes, it worked out this time, and it worked out well. And you're lucky for that, because if it hadn't, then you would be in some deep, deep shit, my friend. You may get off
If it
with
hadn't,
just a
I
slap
still
on the
would
wrist.
take. If it hadn't worked, I still would take the blame. You know why? I just stop talking after that.
Are you going to make me ask you why? Why?
Because in doing what I did, I have made it so that I'm invaluable towards you. I know I can get information faster than your people can.
If you don't think that our comms people had that information hours, potentially days before you did, then you're dreaming.
I was sent out of the CIC moments before I got back to my room. I got that message before I returned to my room. I know how timing works.
And why were you sent out of the CSC? Why were we brought up to the
Because-
CSC? That information has been in our hands for hours potentially. Regardless, this
Truthfully,
is
I
not
don't know
the
why
main
I was taking
problem
the
here.
CIC. I was just following
Look,
Marine
you,
number
you
12.
being in the CIC is not the issue here. You disregarding direct orders and putting the lives and safety of this ship and its crew members at risk, that is the problem here.
To be honest, I was never given direct orders not to do that.
I explicitly told you not to share this information. I explicitly said that.
Yes, but that was after I'd already shared it.
No. I told you that. Then 10 minutes later, everyone's freaking out about this fucked up thing that happened on Earth.
You realize timers are a thing.
You could have stopped those timers. You could have done 100 other things. You chose not to.
And
This was a decision that you made that put the lives of this crew in potential danger and put yourself in potential danger. Yes, you may have had noble reasons, but that doesn't matter here. This is the goddamn EDF. We have rules and regulations for a reason.
tell me, Voss, how did you lose your leg?
It is Lieutenant Voss, and that is not a question you are privy to the answer of.
I'm going to guess you were doing something against the rules, something to either save yourself, your friends, or someone else.
Dude, roll a talk. It's like, oh, that's good. I need to roll. I don't know what a mental save means in this. He maintains
Mental
his
save is
cool.
mostly for psychic.
You
Yeah.
made the decision.
Yeah, no, he maintains his cool.
You decided what to roll there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, it probably means you don't lose your comprehension,
yeah,
like you're
yeah.
still in control over what you say, but that's still a good talk roll.
This conversation is not about what happened to my leg or anything that I have done in the past. It is about what you have done in this moment and this time. You have disobeyed the rules. You have put the life of this crew in danger, in potential serious danger. What would have happened if the... What's your rank, Quack? No. XO?
Man, I am the commander. Yeah, I'm the commander.
What would have happened if the commander hadn't been able to give that rousing speech and maintain order? What could have the potential possibilities be? What if everyone started rioting and the ship was blown a hole in and we all died? You didn't think, you acted. You need to use your big brain of yours and think about these actions. Yes, it may have been for the good, but not in the short term. There was potential risk here. And no, you have not made yourself invaluable. You are clearly a valuable resource, but that is all you are right now. You have not proved yourself in any way. You have proved that you are a potential liability. And that is not something the EDF is fond of. If you want to stay here, if you want to go on the ground, you're going to need to show us, show the command, show me that you are capable of following orders and maintaining the respect to chain of command.
Tell me, Lieutenant Boss, sir, Voss, sir, sorry. How many times have you received this speech yourself? The way you speak it, it seems like you must have heard it at least 100 times before. I'm doing nothing you wouldn't have done yourself if you had the ability.
Are you saying that I would have obeyed a direct order from a superior just because I wanted to?
Not because you wanted to, because you felt you had to. I've read your psych report. Don't ask me how I got that. My sources are my own.
How the fuck did you get that? That is classified information.
I told you, I have very reliable sources.
You are not helping your case here. You are digging a bigger and bigger hole, and you cannot dig your way out of this one. It just keeps going down, down and down and down until you hit fucking lava. I don't know.
I've been in a hole a lot longer than you think I have.
Okay, I don't give a shit right now. I need you to tell me whether or not you are going to be able to follow direct orders in the future, or whether you are going to stay grounded on the ship permanently. Do you want to go on the floor? Do you want
I
to...
can follow direct orders as much as I need to. And as much as you order me to, I will follow them.
Well, that
Unless the order is
clearly
stupid.
has not been the case lately, has it?
I have done one thing against orders the entire time I've been on this ship.
And that is a massive fucking thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I stand by what I did.
Holy shit, man, you are something else. How are you
Thank
this... No. Oh. No. How are you this stubborn? How do you not see the error in your own ways?
You really know nothing about the way humanity works, do you? People like to know what's going on. People need to know. It keeps them sane. It keeps them stable. Knowing what they're about to go into will keep a person more calm than having no idea what the fuck is going on.
This ship and the people on this ship are not the rest of humanity. We are soldiers and military personnel. We have been trained extensively to be able to handle any circumstance. We go in blind more often than not. We have lost not. Okay, I don't know how to fix that right now. That's fine. That's fine. Lee,
I
you're just split in
perfectly
half.
understand
Drag it back down. It's fine.
and where you are coming from, and frankly,
Just
I
leave it.
agree with you. But I also stand by what I did. Punish me however you see fit. I won't stand against it. I did what I did. I won't take that back. But knowing this, if you had the choice to do what I did, when I did it, and how I did it, I feel you would either do the same thing I did or do it almost the same, is not exactly.
I would have followed orders.
No,
question
you
about
wouldn't
that.
have.
You are clearly misinformed about who I am as a person. I got these injuries from following orders. I always follow orders. Following orders in the EDF, especially the Marines, is paramount to survival and success of the mission.
I
And
stopped talking.
punishments will not be decided by me. They will be decided by the XO or the captain. You may wait here until further notice. Gets up and leaves.
I do a stupid salute to you.
Just ignores you. Just walks out.
Okay. Cool.
Duh.
Because this character wasn't gonna be a dick.
He's not.
He's
He's
not
a
a
dick,
dumb-
but not in the way my normal characters
Yeah.
are.
I like the character. I really like the character.
It's cool.
I'm
The
enjoying
dick.
this.
He's
This
a
is-
well-intentioned one.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe you asked about the leg. I wish I'd failed that. It just blew up.
So do I, personally.
Yeah.
Would have been an interesting conversation.
And I'm back.
There we go.
Oh, god damn it, not.
You just have to click and drag him back down, man.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, everyone's moved.
Yeah, I didn't catch the last parts. But,
Not.
Basically,
You
as
kept
I said, I'm
arguing.
going to accept any punishment that comes towards me.
Evil.
Oh, I completely forgot that we had a
Evil.
psychopath.
My character is very ballsy.
Yeah, clearly.
Okay. Cool.
Damn, dude.
That little dancer is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, the
Dao.
the camera from that to are you still on the CIC? Did you get back to the captain?
I got back to the captain. Yeah.
Yeah. So the as
Was like recorded for like future use.
I mean, yeah, I assume it's something, maybe something.
Yeah.
Else. And so, as you head back into the where the captain is, he gestures you to step into the room, and he says, "Fuck, what is your fucking name?" Characters. He says, "Commander, us and the rest of the command crew are heading over to the Alexander Now, get them all ready.
Affirmative.
So yeah, I'm assuming you go and do that. Basically, you're grabbing like you yourself, Marine Commander, Marine Exo, and 2 other members from the command crew that you can just find. They'll be on the CIC.
I'm assuming the navigator maybe and the engineer.
Yeah, it's a couple of the section heads. It doesn't really matter which ones. It's not like the same one each time. Like he's given you specific ones to grab this time.
Right.
But the Marine Commander and Marine Exo are pretty much always involved in like command decisions.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he basically tells you to get a shuttle. You guys are heading for the and I think as you're all probably walking out of the CIC together, the captain turns to the Marine Commander and says, I can't remember the name of literally anyone. This is great. I love
So
having
many names.
Kruger?
I love
New
having-
game.
yeah, New game, new names, and there's a fuck of them. The captain turns to the lieutenant commander, or Lieutenant Colonel Kruger, and says, the Alexander has requested a civilian presence, documentarian, someone to record the meeting. Choose one, bring them with you. The Kruger turns to you, boss.
God fucking damn it. I mean, he's
I think she
clearly
turns
the-
to you and says, go get one now. Meet us by the shuttle by the time it's prepped.
Yes, sir. Goes to goddamn Cross's room. He's clearly the best choice for the job.
Standing out at the moment. You could deliberately not pick him, but yes,
Yeah,
he's
but
the choice.
He is the obvious choice, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this guy follows orders. Best man for the job always.
All right. Well, that's nice.
What do you say to Cross?
With me now. Turns around and starts walking. I don't think he knocks. He just opens the door.
I'm just sitting there on a compad saying, my punishment due.
Doesn't reply. He just says with me and turns around. Starts walking.
I get up following. Can I have my camera back?
I missed that, sorry.
Can I have my camera back?
I destroyed it.
Oh, that's nice of you.
It was fun.
I have to requisition another one.
Let's talk more walk.
But I enjoy
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, so the camera kind of follows these two, and we enter out into a little hangar bay, in which we see a shuttle being prepped. The doors are open, and we see the rest of the party crew up and go inside, quickly followed by Voss and Cross. The shuttle powers up, and we see it exit out one of the side doors, side hangar bay doors of the Andromache. And before us, we see the comparative to the Andromache, the ginormous size of the Alexander.
That is a big ship.
One of the flagships of the fleet. And you would know home to the fleet admiral, the person in charge of this entire expedition.
Sweet.
Sweet.
The shuttle docks, and you guys are pretty quickly ushered through by equerry, who ushers you through the corridors and into a big, in which are seated the command crew of every other vessel in the First Fleet. And standing at the head of the table is Fleet Admiral Ami. This entire expedition. She, as you enter, she says, as you are, Fleet. Now the last of us have arrived. We can begin this. By now, I'm sure you've all heard of the troubling news from home. I have dispatched 3 ships to turn, and like you look around and you notice 3 of the ships obviously isn't there.
I'm on my combat, like just copying all this down.
Yeah, that's fine. She says I have dispatched 3 ships from the fleet to burn hard for Earth and find out the truth of the matter. Comms are patchy, and the exact details of what has happened is still up in the air. Everything is unconfirmed reports, but as of it looks bad. Earth has been hit by at least 3 asteroids of considerable size. The entire northern hemisphere of the planet is in ruins. The casualties rate within the billions. And she pauses and kind of looks around the table. We do not know the cause of this attack. I have heard from sources within the fleet. It has been that Mars was behind it. And although they are one possible aggressor, it is not. And I do not want this to spark additional hatred throughout the fleet. I cannot have the aggressive taking place. And when we arrive on Mars, I cannot have this without it being confirmed, tainting the attitude and actions of the members within my fleet. If you do not like that, you can leave. I'll send you home now, you and your entire ships. Is that understood? There's a
Really? But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
from around the room. She says, as of right now, we have no communications from Earth. None of our comms are being returned, and barely any of our signals are getting through to HQ. As she pauses and seems to she's trying to collect this. She says, as of right now, I am the highest ranking member we can get in contact with. And we are the most powerful single entity in the system. We need to make a decision about what happens. From now until we hear otherwise, I am assuming that Earth is dead. Everything on it is KIA, and we do not get contact with any sort of higher command. We are it. We are the command coterie of the most powerful fleet in existence in the system. And, if my assumption is correct, the most powerful fleet there will ever be in the system. There's decisions that need to be made. Do we continue to Mars? Do we turn and burn half Earth? And she kind of pauses and the room starts to talk.
Am I the in here?
There are a few.
Okay.
There's probably 3 or 4 civilians in the room.
Are they all reporters?
I'm just standing by them.
Okay. What are you? So you guys are kind of seated together. What are you saying? What are you thinking?
Don't speak.
Like, how do the other ones react? Like, are they shocked or?
Yeah.
Dude, you got the news first. You have the scoop.
I just look at them and say, I know what has happened is scary for all of us. Many of your families were there, but we need to do what we were assigned to do, and that's keep the cool and continue to report everything that happened. That includes this. I've already written up a draft for what I believe will help.
Have you removed the anti-Mars sentiment?
I have like 7 different copies of it that have like all different sentiments of it.
There's even one that's like anti-Earth, like it's like a faction of Earth. Like,
I mean,
Earth,
cover your bases.
Earth did this to ourselves. They hate us because we are free.
That's the one I sent to Mars.
He just wants to win the Pulitzer.
Okay. So yeah, we get we get this like kind of panning shot across the room of all this high-ranking command staff, kind of talking and discussing and kind of, you know, some conversations get kind of heated, until the like door opens at one side of the room, and there's like a hiss as the door opens, and literally everybody in the room stops and like looks towards this newcomer, who's like
Morgan.
It's like a lonely ensign, who looks scared as shit to be walking into this room, and he looks young and nervous, and the Ami, the fleet admiral, looks up and looks towards this newcomer, and she says, Ensign Scopuli, what do you have for us? And he nervously like looks around and kind of steps into the room and says, Sir, we have a communication from Mars. I have it here. And she looks down and
I think it is, Liam.
grabs it and then plays it. And we see the same man.
My compad has a little camera on it.
Yeah, like we see like the displays all around the room. The same man that we saw at the start of the episode, and Admiral Olsen appear in his Martian uniform, and he says, "This is Admiral Olsen of the Mars Republic Navy. We are here to expressly deny any claims of Mars's involvement in the catastrophe that has happened to Earth. We are here to offer any and all possible support the Martian Republic can offer. Any relief or aid missions that we could send, we will. We are here to pledge our support as a free and independent state to the recovery and rescue efforts that must happen on Earth. And our efforts will be directed at finding the true perpetrators of this attack on humanity's home. We hope that in sight of this horrific act of aggression, this terrible incident that has befallen all humanity, we can stand united in a front for peace. Enough blood has already been spilled. There does not need to be more. And the message ends once again with that same like Martian flag with the Martian Republic kind of stenciled along the top of the arc.
Damn it, Liam, we didn't do what I was thinking you're gonna do.
I know. And like as that message ends, there is like an uproar from like the command staff in this room. So many of them like arguing that like that's bullshit and that, you know, Mars were the true people behind this attack. Yo.
Go on.
No, you can go.
How do you
Unless-
request to say something in like a military situation? Like
Uh,
without
to
saying
speak.
anything.
yeah, like
Loud as you
thing,
can.
but, like, yeah,
Yeah, sorry, I
ranking,
didn't hear that
so-
last bit.
yeah, saying like permission to speak would be it, but like cutting through the
Yeah, so in
shadow
a
that's in the.
booming voice. Permission to speak, sir.
Yeah, I think that like a quiet, like kind of ripples out from that. Like we see like people closest to Voss, like going silent, and that kind of like radiates out. And the fleet admiral turns and looks at you and says, "Permission granted, Lieutenant."
Nods. The way I see it, sir. Two options here. One, Mars did it. Two, it was this. What's the freedom? Is the Freedom Front?
Yeah,
Or two,
Spacers.
the Spacers did it. The Freedom Front, as they're calling themselves now. To, well, the way I would see it is they attack Earth, knowing that Mars is rebelling or whatever. Assume we blame Mars as they're just spacers and aren't capable of something like this. We go to war with Mars, and they take up whatever is left behind, leaving them the only ones in the system. Or, this is a misdirect from Mars. It would be an obvious play. I think most of us would make it. Though I don't think we
3,
should
it
discount
was
this.
slain.
What do you say?
3, it was slain.
Oh, okay. No, I thought your character said something.
No, I was being stupid again.
I don't think we should discount the Spacers, though. They are cunning and willful, and they have ways about them.
Psychic.
They have.
And now have a psychic.
You're failing to count the other alternative. It was Earth.
I just look at you and say, the fuck kind of drugs are you on, sir?
Have you
get
ever
some, like,
been?
get some like angry looks.
Have you ever done
Smoke
reconnaissances?
places.
Yeah. Have you ever done reconnaissances with the territorial armies?
It's a risky play. Though I would agree with
The
you.
way
sir.
I see it, our oath of service commits us to defend the freedoms of the citizens of Earth. But it's been violated a dozen, hundreds, or maybe thousands of times ever since I got out of boot camp. The only way any of these rocks from space could have passed our defenses was if someone within our own army shut down parts of the grid.
Someone would have needed access to command codes to shut the power systems.
We can talk to from Earth at the moment. But I can assure you most of the territorial army are unstable units with unstable sergeants and unstable COs.
Most of which would not have access to those codes. They're only accessible by high-ranking officers and captains of starships.
If there was enough sentiment amongst to take over the EDF on Earth, they would send the loyalists to Mars.
I think I am doubtful to believe that anyone from Earth would do this. This is a threat, even at its smallest level, would cause millions or billions of deaths. Although, I do think there is a third possibility. It could be an unaligned faction. This could be people from Earth or Mars or Spaces. People who neither fall into a category, a simple category of allegiance, or maybe a allegiance we are not yet aware of. Until we receive any more information, I don't think we can assume anything, but we didn't. And I don't really think that's important. I think what we need to decide right now is how important Mars is. And how important this, the gestures of the Martian Republic flag that's still on the screens, how important this is. I think we just have had more major concerns thrust upon our plate. Does anyone disagree?
Sir,
She nods.
assuming, using your assumption that Earth is dead, everyone KIA, that leaves Mars as the throne of humanity, as you would. As the highest population for a single body. And it would make sense for us, as the largest fleet and military power in the system, to take control of that body and bring stability to it. And from then, we would assumedly have more contact from Earth and we could reevaluate. Though, I am just a grunt. What do I know?
In a way, I agree. Although, we have just lost our ability to resupply this fleet. Both with personnel, ships, equipment, and ammo. I think a primary concern is to secure our lines of supply. Which means that we are the largest fleet standing in the solar system. We are the only fleet of our size, and we are damn well the only thing with three capital ships. We have second and third fleets scattered around the Jovian system, and with them at our side, we could secure the ports and shipyards of Saturn, securing a supply, the ability to rebuild and repair ships. If we fight Mars now, we will win. We will win, and we will secure the planet. But we will do so with a fight. A fight that right now we cannot resupply, and we cannot repair for. I say Saturn. And she meets eyes with everybody in the room. Does anyone disagree?
I slowly raise my hand.
Everybody in the room, apart from the Fleet Admiral, and I don't know what our characters do, shoot you the filthiest glare ever. The Fleet Admiral gestures. Go ahead.
You say Saturn is our only cause of hope. Well, what if... How do we know that Saturn wasn't the one who did this? The people of Saturn and Saturn Corp alone are the ones who manufacture everything in this system, basically. They built all of our ships. Theoretically, they could have built whatever device was used to launch these asteroids at Earth. Personally, I have no right to say this. I have no rank, nothing. But I believe that Earth is dead, yes. The moon is not. There is a military force there. We could go to the moon and then at least have some idea of what's going on.
She says, Luna cannot support this fleet. Not alone. The supplies there are very much reliant on supplies coming from Earth.
We don't need the entire fleet to go there, sir. Only one, maybe two ships. The main reason I say this is Luna cannot support itself either. They will die within months.
I've already sent ships back to Earth to find out the cause of what's happening and exactly what is happening. They will be in sensor range to get us high-res pictures of what is happening within minutes.
I understand. Sorry for saying anything then.
She looks around and says, then it is decided. We'll burn hard for Saturn. We shall take the resources we need to supply our ships. And then we will turn our attention back to our fledgling colony and its ambitions of greatness.
Sir, before we leave, I believe the Civi, well, misinformed, does bring up a good point. It could have been Saturn Corp. I do not believe we should go into this situation without expecting armed resistance and potentially devastatingly so.
She gestures around the room and says, there is no fleet that matches ours. There are no, and then she turns and specifically looks at you. There are Marines or troops in this system that matches ours. If Saturn Corp did this, whoever did this, we will find them and they will burn for what they did.
I'll say one last
will
thing.
Be the hand of justice that delivers the blow.
I want to say one last thing, but I now don't.
Oh, you want to interrupt the fleet captain?
No, I wait for her to finish.
Alright.
One thing. And who built the fleet?
And who runs it? And who knows how to run it? Doesn't matter if they build the ships if they don't have the people to put on it. And even if they did, they don't have EDF trained naval officers. They don't have EDF Marines. If they have ships, we will board them. We will take them. We will secure every supply they have. Every shipyard, every ship. And then, if it is not Saturn Corp, if it is the Spacers, we will take the war to them. We'll burn every asteroid they have until we find the ones responsible. If it is Mars, we will raise that planet to the ground. Whoever it is shall know our wrath.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
You are dismissed. Back to your ships. Get them ready. We burn hard for Saturn. And yeah, the room, there is a resounding, sir?
Yes,
and they all,
sir.
Yeah, they all stand and file back to their ships.
See, Mac, egging people on always makes for better speeches.
You know how to play a person.
Do you know if we should have gone for the peace with Mars? I'm sure they're honest. Let's just go there.
Burn Mars to the ground.
So, Lee, while we're on the ship, I'm assuming my comms are active again.
No, you're still locked out of the EDF systems.
I just wanted to send a message to my contact saying, "The fuck."
Yeah, cool. Okay, I think as we see everyone filing back to their dropships, the camera fades out, and we fade up on the deck of a ship that looks pretty similar to the fucking Andromache. We fade into the CIC, but we don't recognize a single face on board the ship. They're all still dressed in the EDF uniform, but we don't recognize any of them. And we see one of the people who sat at the screens turn to face the person with the captain's insignia on their lapels, and he says, "Sir, we are in center range of the planet. We can get high range center sweeps now. Images incoming." And he turns back to his console, and we see the like uploading of like a file, and
It's stuck at 55% for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. I get stuck somewhere on the line, and then we see it start to like fade in. At first, it's like super pixelated, and it kind of reses up as the sensors come in range, and on we see. Give me a sec. I definitely didn't load this into Roll20 before starting this, which I definitely should have done.
Not.
And then on the screen, as we see we see a ball of Earth start to kind of fade in, but it looks almost distorted, and the color seems off. And then as the image sharpens and becomes clearer, we see even more so the wrongness of the image. And as it comes into full focus, come on. Now I'm waiting for a progress bar. Let's go.
And yes, I did cross out Earth.
We see a dead planet. The molten Earth glowing. The frozen gases pouring out into the atmosphere, into the space around Earth, and the fragments and shards of the once home of Earth, the once home of humanity, slowly drifting apart.
God damn it, Slane.
Son of a bitch. My parents.
Holy fuck nuts.
And I think that's where we can end the session.
Do we see any ships orbiting the planets? Is there like
not in this image? No, we just see like the shot of the Earth or what.
Still blaming aliens.
Completely shattered.
Do we see any odd energy floating around?
The image also doesn't quite do it exactly what it would look like that entire to the top right of the image, and there's quite a large section there that would just be shattered. There'd be a lot more like frozen gases around because the entire atmosphere.
Australia is perfectly fine though.
Yeah, so Earth's dead. I guess we'll find out what happens next time.
That was fun.
I hope everyone enjoyed the first week of season 2 of Stars Without Number. And we will see you next week. If everyone, does anyone have shout outs they want to do? Does anyone actually do anything on the internet at this point in time?
No.
That isn't me?
No.
Nope.
So I'll run with it then. My name is Liam. I kind of run the channel, Full-Time Gamer. I am a variety streamer most of the time. I have been AFK and not streaming at the moment because I've been moving house 3 times in 3 months. And the internet in this house is pretty shit. So I will be back at it next month because I'll be moving back into a place that actually has legitimate internet again. Hey, Australia is a wonderful thing. Not everywhere has internet. That's all good enough internet. That's not a guarantee. So yeah, next month, starting from it should be about the 10th, I want to say. I will be back in a place that has good enough internet for me to be streaming again. So we'll be kicking back off the variety streams. I was really hoping we'd be kicking back off the variety streams with Total War 3 Kingdoms, but it's been delayed like 2 months.
Well, shit.
So we won't be doing that. We'll find something else to play, I'm sure.
Play Metro.
Yeah, we might do Metro maybe. We also do a bunch of this roleplay stuff. This is the first game we've got up and kicking. We do have 2 D&D games that'll be starting up again soon, and we'll be doing a shorter Dragon Age game that'll run up for a few weeks, which I think will be pretty awesome as well.
I'm part of that.
So, if you have enjoyed today's game, and you like the look of my face, follow the channel. You get to check out the variety streams. You get to check out more of the stuff we do. We also have a Discord, which I'm going to have to link manually because, of course, my Nightbot has gone and fucked off in the time I haven't been streaming. And therefore, I need to get a... Oh my god, come on.
Yep, Discord.
My Discord. Yep, that's the one. So we have a Discord, so if you want to hit that up and join and become part of our community, that's where all of our going live alerts happen. So you can check that out. If you have enjoyed the game we've been playing today, it has been Stars Without Number. So
That's enough.
if you like Stars and you like the idea of a sci-fi role-playing game, head over, follow this link. And you can check out the game over on Drive-Thru RPG and support the channel at the same time. I'd appreciate it. Thank you a lot. That's it
We
from
forgot
me.
to do goals.
That's
Yeah.
right. We'll do them next time. That's fine.
Oh,
We need to change it. I'm saying this on stream. We're going to change that. We're going to do them at the end of every session. Fucking making that
I
again.
want
I
my
thought-
experience now.
I thought we were doing it at the beginning.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, maybe. It is Dead Yo. Thank you very much for watching the first week back of Season 2 of Stars Without Number, Abaddaon. We will most likely, maybe, possibly be back next week at an earlier time. Thank you for watching, and...
We're late because of Matt.
Yeah. Well, that's on stream. Bye.